Hi, I'm Brandon Thomas, your Vice President of Administration candidate for your 2010-2011 year. So many of you probably wondering, Brandon, why are you running? Well, I just want to start out with, I've been in this club for over 2 years. I have been in another service organization in high school for 4 years called Jack and Jill America Incorporated. And I felt that with my clubs that I can contribute more, you know. I've been a member and I've also been to I've attended many board meetings. And I feel that I can bring more to this club instead of just being a member sitting there. I feel like I can be up there at the e-board asking you all, what can I do for you? Now, I want to get into my skills. I've been the co-editor of Yearbook for 2 years, and I've been the co-editor of Yearbook for 2 years, and I know how to assign certain tasks to people who I seem are suited towards. You know, so I can be able to check up on people, and you know, make sure they're getting their stuff done. So you know, if it's like I give them something, say the deadline is this date, I'll make sure I check up on them, like given the amount of time before the deadline. And also, you know, like I said, I've been at the board meetings. So I know how it is, and I've been there, you know, I've been giving my ins and outs and different, like, you know, just telling people, hey, this is what I think. One thing I want to get into is my platform. My platform is Hakuna Matata, which y'all know means no worries. And basically, I want y'all to think of me as Simba. You know, not to worry. If things seem bad, then I want you to know I will be there for you to make them better. I also want you to think of me as your Zazu. I will be there relaying information back and forth between the members and the board. Also, I want you to think of me as your Rafiki. The thing about Rafiki, you know, he symbolizes, you know, family and bringing everybody back together. So that's one thing that's important to me, is getting the members together, and also having a good A board. Now for A board, I feel like I can choose people who are best suited for a certain position, whether it be MD&E, technology, year in review. As I said, like with my previous skills as a yearbook editor. So I'm Brandon Michael Alexander Thomas, and I'm running for Vice President of Administration. Thank you.
One of the issues with committee structure here at UNLV that we've had over the past years is a lot of our chairs tend to drop out or disappear off the map. What will you do to inspire them to continue doing their position and ensure the club's health?
Now, I'm thinking of having either a bi-weekly or monthly meeting between the committee members or the chair members, and I will also have socials for them, where you know we can all just get together and you know release our stress and just have fun. But those socials aren't just going to be for the chairs. They will also be for the members, but only like half of them, because I really want to focus on also the A board as well as the members.
Arlene? As one of the committee members, one of the problems I've had was dealing with the e-board and having 3 people asking me the same thing I just told one of them. How would you kind of fix that?
You know, I'll make sure that either I'm going to be the one to mainly talk to you guys, and if you have like any questions towards the e-board, I will be there to relay information. As I said, I will be the Zazu, relaying information between people.
Are there any new committees that you'd like to create?
I plan to keep the same committees because I've seen that they have been effective. I'm going to try and retain them in the certain committees that they're in and make sure they're up to task.
How do you plan to effectively communicate not only with the members as well as the e-board but the A-board as well?
Super board meetings, that's a good way to get, you know, members, e-board and A-board all together to relay their ideas towards each other. And, you know, like I said, social also, you know, where people can tell you, hey, good job on doing this, or hey, you know, I see that you're doing this, and I can probably give you like a little help on, you know, achieving a better standing.
So, as Vice President of Administration, one of your main duties will be overseeing your committee chairs, and I know through the summer and also through the end of the year, we try and do a lot of training sessions for the committee chairs. And I know you do not live in Las Vegas, so how do you think you can overcome this distance?
I plan to have a good technology chair. You know, get me available to talk to people through webcam, either through Skype, AIM, or any of them, or all the above. So, or if need be, I will fly out here. I will get the money to come out here to see and train others in their positions.
How do you plan to keep your A-board communicating with each other?
I plan to keep them communicating each other, you know, through socials, or just like having times where we can just get together and chat about, you know, our areas that we feel weak in or we feel are they're strong in. So just, you know, relay information to each other and like encourage and help each other.
In certain socials, such as Chicken Night, we don't necessarily just talk about the board. How are you going to keep the committee chairs focused on their objectives and goals during a social?
The socials for me is really more of a stress reliever, but also if you want, I will bring up at times where we can talk about, you know, where we're at and where we're standing.
How would you motivate a chair that has this fear, doesn't will not answer calls or just doesn't apply communication?
If it comes down to that, I will be the person that I'll probably be at your door asking, hey, you know, is there anything going on? If there's any personal problems or anything that you need help on, I'm here for you. You know, just let me know if anything's going on. And if it's anything that cannot be taken care of, I will give you time. And if given the amount of time that you cannot come back, I'm as sad as it to say, I will have to replace.
What kind of a president would you like to see working with you?
I would like to see a strong, passionate president who will care for this club and relay information to me, so I can relay information to the A board to see where we can bring members and have them strong.
If you have a board member who isn't doing a portion of their job, how would you handle that? And if they're still unable to do it, how would you delegate the responsibility?
If they're not able to handle it, you know, I will take over and I will try my best to succeed at where they're not. I'm not saying like actually replacing them, but at least for the time being, be there for when they're in the time of need. So, you know, just like, yeah, so I will be there for them no matter what.
How do you plan on balancing your academics as well as studying?
I'll come up with a study schedule for myself to split time between Circle K and school, and also if I have one at the time, a job. So, you know, I will maintain balance between all three or two.
The Vice President of Administration's main focus is committees, but it's not just, you know, their only job requirement. What are some other goals you have for the club that don't necessarily relate to committees?
You know, I will be there for the e-board. You know, if we need to get rooms or if you need somebody to chair an event, I will be there for whatever I need, whatever assignments that need a body or a person to be there for.
Going off that same question, how do you plan to focus on your chairs when the demands of your board are more pressing or there's an event this weekend versus talking to your chair?
I would just have to make time for my chair and also for the e-board. You know, I have to just, like, if there's anything conflicting, I have to, you know, reschedule something if it needs be.
How do you plan on selecting your board?
As I saw last year that they did interviews, and that's basically what I plan to do also, is like, I want people who are strong in their areas and they feel like they are best at.
How do you feel?
I feel good! Oh, I feel so good! Oh, I feel fine all of the time! Oh, booga! Oh, booga! Oh, booga, booga, booga!
choose
Time.
one.
Sorry, Steve.
Ouch.